Hey. Hey. Come on. That is so fun. I want to talk about, we've got our box. Let's just leave that metronome on. Grab your guitar. It's FretSpeak. I'm Christopher. We've got our A minor box here. And I'm just on a blues. So I'll play that blues for a minute in A. Let's go down to the 4 chord, the D. Back to A. Gonna go to the E. A couple variations. When I'm on that A, and I just want to stay right here in my box, and I know in that intro I was messing around a little more than we're gonna talk about, but let's just say that we're in a blues and I'm gonna grab the A note. I want to be musical. I want to find something that's fitting well. So in this, A and E, the root and the fifth, are just safe places. I'll think about this like a baseball field. And so home base might be A. You know, the fifth note, E might be the like second or third base. You know, we could throw in a seventh or something, but for right now, so I got it. See what I did there? I just kind of hit on the A. And I'll kind of, in my little way, I'll sing it. You know, in my mind, I'm just going, just like I was a singer. Down to the D chord, and I played the D note. The A note is also in the D chord, it's the fifth, so that works great. Back to the A, and that time I played the third, which is C. Here's the E, and I just played an E note. That's the third of E, which is G. So I'm trying to stay pretty solid on a root, third, or a fifth. So in A, I've got the A note. I could have the minor third or the major third and the fifth. So let's try a couple of those. That's kind of a cool little major sound. Or I could go. I could play that third. Either one's great. When I go to the D chord, just played the D note, and then back to the A note, which is the fifth. I could play the third of D, which sounds awesome too, and that's just a little more complexity. Let's try that. So here's the A. the A. And on the E, where are we going? We went right to the E. I can play the third at E, which is what? Which is G. Back to the D. You can hear the chords change, and I haven't even played it. Back to the root. To the E. A scope and octave. So here's A again. That's the third of A again, which is C. Let's go to the D. Just take it up an octave. Back to the A. Over the E. Back to the D. Back to the A. I'll put them together. Here comes the D. Back to the A. Here comes the E. Here's the A and then to the E. Here's the D. What the heck was that? That was over the E. I just played this little diminished scale. I'll play it. It's like about a half whole, so this is like a half step and then a whole step. So I just started on D sharp. That's a whole step and a half step. That's a half and a whole. It's a whole and a half. What the heck was that? It's a half and a whole. And a whole and a half. So yeah, so I'll turn that off. So my brain always gets like, you gotta stay on the beat. So yeah, if I was just gonna slow this down for a second, I'm just on A. That's all I'm in. So it's kind of fun to like imagine what the chords, when the chords are changing, and see if you can make that happen where it sounds like they're changing if you have an accompaniment player or not. So if we were just on we're on the one chord. Boom, doom, 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 doom. Here comes the D chord. Back to the A chord. Boom, boom, boom. Here comes the E. Let's say we went to the D. Back to the A and to the E. I'm on the A chord. Here comes the D. Back to the A, here comes the E. D, A, to the E. That's it. That's simple. And there's so many fun things. Like if here's home bass, right? Or some other places on the neck that I've got the A note, which I could do that same kind of thing. Here's an A note, which is kind of great. So let's take it to. Same thing I did right here. I'll do it the same. Now let's do here's the D. Here's the D note. Back to the A note. Here's the E. And D. And A. And E. Just the A notes. D. A. And the E. D. And we'll do that another day. FretSpeak, subscribe, like, comment. Peace out.